Hey, what's going on, people? So, I'm gonna play an audio from Bushwick Bill. He was being interviewed by Blessed Beats Media, and then I'm gonna show the picture of him in the studios. But he will confirm what I said in the video that I did. I forgot the title of the video, but it was about hip hop being birthed by Jamaica. And a lot of people got upset with what I said. Because what happens is you have a lot of youngsters who they don't know history and they don't know where hip hop came from. And you have a lot of black Americans who think that everybody's trying to take things away from them. Jamaicans are not trying to take anything away from you. But the truth is the truth. Hip hop came from Jamaica. And this is why I try my very best on my channel to try to bridge the gap, whatever gap is there between Jamaicans and black Americans, because you have some people out here trying to create some wedge or a divide. And I'm trying to show you guys that, listen, Jamaicans and black Americans have always been intertwined. No disrespect to other black Caribbean people, but the two most watched, the two most copied black people on earth are black Americans and Jamaicans. When people think about the Caribbean, they think Jamaica. Nobody thinks about Barbados or Antigua or nowhere else. No disrespect to those guys, but the truth is the truth. I've been to Trinidad. Trinidadians don't even listen to soca music like that unless it's calypso time. When I went to Trinidad, for the first time, I was surprised. All they were listening to was reggae, dancehall, hip hop, and R&B. To the point where even people from Dominican Republic and Puerto Rico and these Spanish places, they stole Jamaica's dancehall music and they now call it reggaeton. And Jamaicans don't really get a lot of credit. But before I yap on, I'll let you hear what Bushwick Bill from the Ghetto Boys have to say about where hip hop came from. Listen up.
Alright, welcome to the Blessed Beat Show. My name is Marcus Sullivan. I got an exclusive. I got an OG in the building. I don't even know how I got this interview. Bushwick Bill on the Blessed Beat Show. What up, man? Woo.
Greetings and salutations.
Greetings and salutations. Where has Bushwick been? Where you been?
Between heaven and earth and ain't touched dirt.
Yeah, man. Can we talk about your story? Can we get into what you got going on today?
Everybody in there, mama got a story. I just want to tell history.
Yeah, okay, we can tell history. Matter of fact, let us start in the beginning. You are from
Kingston, Jamaica, originally. Raised in Bushwick, Brooklyn.
Yeah.
The name Bushwick comes from.
Yeah. How'd you first get into the music business?
Man, as soon as I got to Brooklyn, well, being from Jamaica, Bob Marley lived next door to my mom and dad's house.
Wow.
The other side of us was Toots and the Maytals, and then across from them was the Wailers. So it was called Trenchtown was the name of the city. So if you look it up, you'll see they knocked everything down for whatever the government was going through. The only house that remains is Bob Marley's house as a museum.
Wow.
So that's why he did the song Trenchtown Rock. But that's where all the musicians lived in Jamaica, was in Trenchtown.
Okay,
at that particular time anyway.
You a musician or what? Because I'm hearing you used to dance. Used to be the
breakdancers.
Yeah.
I was in the big Swatch Watch breakdance contest. They still got it on film. I mean, I used to walk by the Swatch Watch store on Fifth Avenue just to see the TV that they would play from the Swatch Watch thing.
Yeah.
Just point at myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is that
Swatch Watch? I was only like 12. I had
that
a
Swatch Watch is the classic watch. That used to be
but
the watch.
I had the Fossil Watch where I had to put it up in the sun and I could tell time.
Yeah.
From a sundial.
So you was swagged out back then.
I guess that's what they call it, because I'm
So is that what broke you into the music, the dancing?
Nah. See, like being Jamaican, I mean, it's just music is like the food of love. Like Shakespeare said, if music be the food of love, then play on. It's like we play music, have food, have fun, and build as a family, as a generation, as a people. It's like music got us through hard times.
Yeah. What'd you
know
think?
what I mean? So when I came to America, and they called it rap after a while,
yeah.
But at first it was called MCing. So the Jamaicans, mind you, the Jamaicans who built their own speakers would get permission from the city for a block party. Build these speakers that are big like refrigerators with their own tweeters and amps attached to it. And from a mile away, you could hear that somebody was playing music over in that side of the neighborhood.
Right.
And that's where the whole MC hip-hop stuff came from, because they would get on the microphone and do a thing called chatting. Which is where the word rapping came from. You know what I mean? So, and they would have DJ battles, which they still do now. If you go to any reggae situation, you'll see Stone Mountain versus Sound Clash, such and such. And they would, that's why that song that Rick Ross won with, where he said, "There's a waiting and a wanting, and you can't test this. No one can test the ultimate bonafide sound." Lord, because that's a sound man clash. That's actually something you say before the music kick in. To let you know that my sound is bigger than yours, yo.
Who were your influences back then?
I mean, just think about it, right? You seen the TV show the Get Down?
I remember it.
Okay. Now, Kool Herc is Jamaican.
Okay.
Now, if you watch the movie The Get Down on Netflix, it's actually a series, right? You'll see that even when Grandmaster Flash and them was rapping, the battle was between the sounds. So if my speakers are better than yours, I hit the volume, nobody's going to hear you rap, homie.
No more.
You know what I mean? That means I won, hands down, because you cannot hear the competition.
Talk about when your name started building back there.
Well, my name started...
You heard it for yourself, right? He said before it was known as rapping in America. It was known as chatting, because that's what we did in Jamaica. He just explained it. Now you guys can go look for some KRS-One videos. Oh, he even mentioned the godfather of hip hop, who is what? Or who? DJ Kool Herc. He said he's from where? Jamaica. So when I did that video talking about where hip hop originated, and all these people came into my comment section talking about everybody's trying to steal stuff from black Americans and everybody's trying to copy. No. Learn your history. I put up multiple videos about DJ Kool Herc talking about how he brought hip hop here. Now disco was already here in America, and Kool Herc brought our dancehall flavor and merged it with the disco. That's what they did. But you see, the thing is, Jamaicans don't get a lot of credit for a lot of things. Like, you guys like to say turned up. Where do you think you got that from? That came from Jamaica. We say turn up. We've been saying that for like 5, almost 10 years. But the thing is, black Americans hang around Jamaicans, and Jamaicans hang around black Americans, which is why I did the video and I said there has always been an intimate relationship, not sexual, intimate relationship between black Americans and Jamaicans, which is why I try to fight against this divide that some people are trying to create, a divide between black Americans and Jamaicans, because our music has always intertwined with each other. Drake hangs around Popcorn and did some Beanie Man songs on his album. He hangs around Jamaicans. DJ Khaled, where do you think he got his start from? Jamaicans. From who? Bounty Killer. Bounty Killer. DJ Khaled used to be in Jamaica all the time at Fully Loaded. That's where he got his big break. Come on, people. We say turn up, but you guys cannot say turn up. You say turned up. So when you listen to us saying turn up and stuff like that, like what's this guy's name? Talib Kweli. He did the song Turned Up. He got that from Jamaicans. Because he cannot say turn up. So he says turned up. Beamer. When you call BMW Beamer, where do you think that came from? That came from Jamaica. In 1996, 95, around that time, Bounty Killer did the song, "Girl, them have the shape and them have the figure. Remind me of the Benz, the Lexus and the Beamer." And then Beanie Man came in 98 and said, Simmer, who got the keys to my Beamer? But you guys cannot say Beamer, so you say Beamer, because our dialect is different. And that's why Nelly came in 2000 when he did Country Grammar, and he said, "Keys to my Beamer, man. holler at Beanie Man, because he was paying homage to Beanie Man for bringing that to the culture, to the American culture, making you people aware that he called BMWs Bimmer. But you guys don't say Bimmer, you say Beamer. A lot of things that happen here in terms of culture came from Jamaicans. Not all of them. I'm not saying everything. You get what I'm saying? But we don't get credit for a lot of things. And that's not to like create a divide or anything. That's not what I'm doing. I'm just showing you guys history. And for the youngsters out there who they don't know where hip hop came from, the only people youngsters I saw giving credit was what the ASAP mob, ASAP Rocky and ASAP Ferg, when they did the song Shabba Ranks, Shabba Ranks. And it's understandable because ASAP Ferg's father was popular because I think he made belts or something like that for celebrities back in the 80s and 90s. So he knew, he was around that. ASAP Ferg was around that. He was around his father being around Jamaicans and other, hip hop stars from in the 80s who understand the culture and the history. And again, no disrespect to the rest of the people in the Caribbean, but when people think about the Caribbean, they think about Jamaica. Jamaica carries the Caribbean on its back. Nobody's checking for calypso music. Nobody is. It's no disrespect. When people think about about the Caribbean, they think about Jamaican food. Nobody thinks about Antiguan food or St. Lucian food. No, nobody does. And it's no disrespect, it's just the truth. It's just the truth. And this is why I try to bridge the gap between Black Americans and Jamaicans, because the two leading black people in the world are Black Americans and Jamaicans. Everybody follows us. Everybody does. More Europeans go to Jamaica than they come to America. If you go to Jamaica just for 6 months, you will see the amount of Europeans who come there because they love the Rastafarian culture. They love Bob Marley, they love Peter Tosh, they love Toots and the Maytals, they love Bunny Wailer, Sizzla, Capleton, all Mota Baruka, all these guys. Some of these white people from Europe, they know more about Jamaica than I do. Because they travel everywhere. There are places in Jamaica I've never been. I've been to most places, but there are some little places I've never been. Everybody follows Black Americans and Jamaicans. Everybody wants to dress like us, talk like us. You have Jamaicans trying to talk like Black Americans. And it's understandable because it's hard to understand the Jamaican dialect. And then you have Black Americans who try to talk like Jamaicans. You go anywhere in New York City, you have a bunch of black Americans, Hispanic people rushing to Jamaican restaurants, even white people. There's a restaurant called Miss Lily's in the city. It's a Jamaican restaurant owned by white folks. And the funny thing about it is no Jamaicans work there. That's why I don't go there no more. I went there twice and I realized no Jamaicans work there. I don't go there no more. And it's all Jamaican recipe. And when you look on the walls, all of our music pioneers are on there. From Bob Marley to Peter Tosh all the way down to Busy Signal, Bounty Killer. History is important. Heavy D is from Jamaica. Biggie Smalls, his mom is from Jamaica. He was born here in America, but he said it himself that he used to go back to Jamaica every summer, I think it was, or every holidays. So he got to grow up in Jamaica a lot. Harry Belafonte, he went back to Jamaica ever so often. He said he grew up there just as much as he grew up here in America. It's not to take anything away from anyone, but the truth is the truth. Jamaica birthed hip-hop. And salute and kudos to the rappers here in America, because they took hip-hop far and wide, because they're very, very talented. I'm not taking anything away from them either. I salute those guys. And they're very much loved in the Caribbean and in Jamaica. But hip-hop was birthed by Jamaicans. It's the truth, man. I'm out.